Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Owen's Treats. And for today's video, we are going to make baked buñuelos from Encanto. So I'm a huge Encanto fan, and so I thought for today we could make something special. Let's get into it. And this recipe is super simple. For ingredients, we have 1 cup of milk, 1 large egg, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and then we have 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 4 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, a half teaspoon of salt in here, and then I have a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter in this, and it's slightly cooled, not blisteringly hot. We have 1/4 cup of unsalted butter, also melted and also cooled, not blistering hot. I have 1/3 cup of granulated sugar with cinnamon in it. For the pan, classic mini muffin pan, pan cooking spray to coat our inside of the pan. So for our first step, we are going to, in a small bowl, add our milk and our egg. And then in a large bowl, we're going to add in our flour, our 4 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, our 2 tablespoons of sugar, and our half teaspoon of salt as well. Then we are going to mini whisk our dry ingredients together. And then after mini whisking, tap on the side, and then we're going to also mini whisk our milk and egg mixture. And then we have a big whisk now, and then a spatula. So what we're going to do is that we're going to slowly whisk in our milk mixture until it becomes sort of a dough kind of batter consistency. Then we're going to add in our butter and then our vanilla. So first is our milk mixture, a little bit at a time. Now, I've watched Encanto too many times to count now. I'd have to say I've probably gone past 100 times I've watched it. So, my favorite character is Antonio, because I relate to him. I love animals, so yes. But I want to know what your guys' favorite characters are. So, if you want to comment that down below, that'd be awesome. And then we're going to add in our butter. And then this time we're going to use our spatula. And we're going to add in our 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And so it should be more of a dough type consistency and less of a batter. But then you're going to take your greased pan, and then you're going to just take little increments of the dough and roughly shape it with your hand. About donut hole size, not quite exact, but depending on what you want. And now these will puff up quite a bit, so just keep that in mind. If you want to do spacing between them, just so they don't explode, you can do that, but I'm going to do everything because it's a lot of dough, and I might have to do batches. But don't try to overstep the cake. So, now that we have all of our buñuelos in our pan, we are going to, our oven is preheated at 350. We're going to pop these in for about 15 to 17 minutes. I always like to go in between the times. We're going to have these baked for 60 minutes at oven for 350. And then we'll move on to our next step. Now that our buñuelos have come out of the oven, we're going to coat them. I've let them rest for about 5 minutes when they came out of the oven. So next what we're going to do is we're going to take one, we're going to dip it into our butter, tap off extra, and then spin around in our sugar. And tap out the extra, just so there's a nice even coating on top. And then we're going to repeat this with all of our buñuelos. And that is all of our buñuelos. Here they are, all finished. I can't wait to enjoy these. Thank you guys for joining me on another episode of Owen's Treats.